This is Art But Make It Sports. Willie Gay celebrating and the artwork known as Sleep. So, yeah, there was something like that with the way that Patrick Mahomes was laying on the turf after the Super Bowl win. There was something similar to that. Okay, so we know the season will be remembered for the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Let's get more specific. Other things that the 2023 season will be remembered for. Myles, you're up.
Say CJ Stroud bursting onto the scene, because who thought that CJ Stroud would look like this as a rookie quarterback? Who thought that he would be able to elevate the Texans to what they became as a quarterback, winning a division title in his first season along with DeMeco Ryans? I mean, this is somebody who I feel like we've already got to consider him at least a top 10 quarterback, if not better than that. And now we've just got the AFC with so many good young quarterbacks or quarterbacks that are just entering their prime, and he's going to be one of them. And I think he's going to make the Texans competitive for years and years to come.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think it's even broader than that, because the Texans made the playoffs at a time when nobody expected the Texans to make the playoffs. And DeMeco Ryans should have been the coach of the year, frankly, not Kevin Stefanski, even though the official PFT award also gave coach of the year to Kevin Stefanski because I was overruled in the voting process. But that's fine. That will be fine. Ding Dong the Witch is dead in D.C. Daniel Snyder out after a 24-year reign of terror over that franchise. That was something that we didn't think was going to happen until it happened, and then it happened. And now who knows what the Commanders are going to be. But to have him out was something that created a huge sigh of relief for all Commanders fans and really all fans of the NFL. Having Snyder own that team was a dark cloud perpetually over the entire NFL. It tarnished the shield, and it was very wise for him to move on and for the owners to finally make it clear to him, you've got to go. And that is something that will resonate well into the future, because Snyder still would have had that team for another 20, 25 years. Who knows? He's gone now, and the NFL is a better place for it.
So I will go to another owner for my next pick, and that's David Tepper. And David Tepper throwing a drink, right? That was kind of the culmination of all the bad things that were going on with the Carolina Panthers franchise, along with David Tepper screaming an expletive outside the locker room within earshot of the media, and then firing Frank Reich the next day, and then also mispronouncing Frank Reich's name.
Frank Reich.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Exactly. Yeah. As if we've never heard of Frank Reich before, as if he didn't have one of the best playoff comebacks in the history of the NFL. I mean, yeah, they chose Bryce Young. They did not surround him with talent. We don't know exactly what Bryce Young will become. You can't just judge a quarterback after that first year, but man, it looked very, very dire with the Panthers this year, and we will see what Dave Canales can do as a head coach there. But man, I mean, if David Tepper throwing a drink doesn't surmise everything that happened with the Panthers this year, I don't know what is.
Great pick by you. Next one for me, the entire New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers hype train that came crashing to a halt after 4 plays of the regular season opener. That was a moment that will be seared into the memory of all football fans. We settled in for the last game of week 1. There was all of this just great feeling in the Jets. I had come around on Aaron Rodgers temporarily, and then the injury happens. And I don't want to say it was a freak injury. Torn Achilles tendons happen to guys in their late 30s who are engaged in strenuous athletic activity. And then the Jets became what the Jets were, and now they're going to try to run it back. Not that they ran it very much the first time around, but that whole Jets thing, how it was the Hard Knocks focal point, and everyone was thinking the Jets were going to turn it around, and ultimately they got 4 plays out of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that was pretty unforgettable, man. That was also on my list. Just everything that happened with the Jets after that was directly a consequence of Aaron Rodgers only playing 4 snaps. And then he didn't let us forget about anything that he had to say.
All right, those are our picks so far in this very broad 2023 season. Will be remembered for blank draft. Myles, what else do you have?
The Bills still can't get it done when it counts because the Bills just keep running into this buzzsaw. A, that's the Kansas City Chiefs, and B, is kind of the Cincinnati Bengals, but they didn't play the Bengals in the playoffs this year, so just go with me, right? I mean, it was so interesting to me how Buffalo was so excited. Oh man, we finally get these dudes here at our house. There was a lot of stuff that was going on extracurricularly in Buffalo, and then they still lost to the Chiefs, man. That's just who Patrick Mahomes
Josh
is,
Allen.
and for whatever reason, the Bills can't get that thing done.
Josh Allen told us last week the same thing Rasul Douglas told me after one of their late season wins. The turning point was the hit piece, and it was, from Tyler Dunne. And when Sean McDermott spoke to the team after that, that's what turned it around. Last one for me, Bill Belichick, out and unwanted. The Patriots collapse. He's gone. We all assume he's going to land on his feet somewhere, and he doesn't. Who would have expected that from the greatest coach of all time? Although we kind of saw it coming. Maybe that's why it wasn't higher on the list. We kind of saw it coming, Myles, and it came.
I saw it coming. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but he's not been a good head coach for years now.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.